Attack, no one saw it coming. Thousands of missiles rained on Israel. Hamas entered Israeli territory, killed people and took hostages. Through the day, we've been receiving pictures. They're chilling and deeply unsettling. But this is a story that must be told. So we advise viewer discretion. We start with how it began this morning. Take a look at this.
Red October.
At 7 a.m. local time, thousands of rockets were fired on Israel. We don't have the exact figure, but there are multiple reports. Hamas says it launched over 5,000 rockets. Israel says 2,500. Another report says more than 7,000 rockets were fired. Whatever the number, the scale is immense. Israel is facing its biggest attack in decades. It was a well-coordinated operation. Hamas kicked off their ground assault, where terrorists invaded Israel from all directions, on land, sea and air. Yes, there were paragliders in the air and boats charging towards Israeli beaches. They destroyed border fences using bulldozers, and Hamas had guns here. The Israeli forces were clearly caught off guard. Today, Israel conducted airstrikes. Israeli warplanes flew to Gaza. They conducted strikes at multiple locations, and Israel plans to ramp up these operations. On the other side, Palestinian families are fleeing Gaza. They expect more violence. The death toll is mounting. Both sides have reported casualties. Hundreds of people are hurt. It was a surprise at
500 rockets, 2,000 rockets, 7,000 rockets from the Palestinians, Hamas, all the way over to Israel, and they invaded them through the land. They was paragliding, as you can see. I mean, who was on? They was literally in parachutes. And when they invaded over in Israel, small invasion, not only did they shoot and kill the soldiers and police officers, but they were going door to door, killing innocent people and took them for hostages as well as their soldiers, my people. I told you, just because you don't see this going down in your neighborhood and on your block, you have the slightest idea what is literally taking place around the planet with the famine, the unprecedented weather, far as the rain, the tsunami, the cold, the snow that's up in the mountains ranges, the lightning storms, the unprecedented, not only that, the shift in temperature. With all of the things that's going on the planet right now, and now right after that eclipse happened on October the 4th, and now the other one is in October the 14th is coming up, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot when that eclipse here is supposed to happen in October, but this situation right here is going to be is going to escalate into what we call the domino effect. This is going to cause the domino effect of what's going on around the planet, especially when Biden stated that America or European nations will have a dark winter, because this is happening, my people. This is happening. This is going to start. This is going to be the domino effect of war that's taking place on this planet. And they are not going, and listen, because they have to prepare themselves for the creator of the eukaryotic cell, the entity that created these unnatural people on the planet and animals and other species on this planet has to be revealed. Again, just because this ain't happening on your block right now, you don't see the gas prices, you don't see the food prices, you don't see how certain buildings and how rent is going up, how things are starting to escalate here in the U.S. Economically, that is impacting a lot of people. You don't see that. Yeah, you don't see it. It's just another day to you. That's all it is. But don't worry about it though. It's coming your way. This will be a time that we all will remember if karma don't come to you first. This will be a time that we all shall remember. And let me just say this to you. Well, this is the last thing that I want to say. And I mentioned about the shutdown because I told you the shutdown is going to start the domino effect here in the United States. This right here with Israel and Pakistan, this is going to start the Israel and the Palestinians. This is going to start the domino effect over the Middle East. This right here in America, which is going to start the domino effect, that AKA the shutdown. Let me tell you something, right? They gave you a 45-day window. They didn't sign anything new. All they did was a stopgap. That's it. So they went from October to whatever day he signed that on. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head, but to in November, that the shutdown is still here. is still here because no one is going to agree according to according to the politicians, the Republican politicians, according to the Republican politicians, they're not agreeing to giving money to Ukraine because they see that America don't have any money. So how are you going to give somebody something you don't have? You're in debt. Doesn't make any sense. So how we doing that? We ain't not doing nothing but putting ourselves more in debt. That's it. I value my people. I appreciate y'all. I tell you, pay attention to what's really happening on the planet. You understand and understand what was the most brutal time first that they allow you to remember in history. What was the most brutal time that was recorded, that things that took place with our species in history, is when Christopher Columbus came to the shores of AKA America, and he did all kinds of heinous, horrific acts on the women and children and men that was on this land. So now think about that. That was the most darkest, one of the most darkest moments of our life, and that took place through the time of November, right around Thanksgiving, because this is where they get this from, Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? This is so sad. So they had a feast right after they destroyed and killed people and took their land. Now think about this. Now you have a 45-day, which is the number 9, again, up until November. You have a 45-day stopgap for the shutdown here in the United States right before Thanksgiving. And guess what? Let's just say if the government shut down right before Thanksgiving, what do you think going to take place? Again, I'm not saying that they shutting down. I'm saying that the universe is going to shut it down regardless, because nobody should be infringing their ways on another person. Nobody should be infringing their ways on another person, on another species. No, not one. So I'm not saying that it's going to shut down in November. I'm just telling you, if it shut down, that's the domino effect. Just like Israel and Palestine, and the Palestinians with Hamas is going to be the domino effect over there. This is Red October, my people. Be prepared so you don't have to get prepared. Be aware so you don't have to get aware. Become aware. Abundance and gratitude to all.